Welcome to my Scrappin space. I'm Joni Martin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator located in Southwest Wisconsin. And I'm here to share with you a stunning, beautiful Christmas card that was so easy to make. You could make all kinds and have them done even if you're making cards at the last minute. I know about making Christmas cards at the last minute. Let's get my face out of the way and let's talk. There we go. So there's a couple things that adds to the impact and makes this so easy. The first is the paper I'm using. So this is a foil, but see how it has some texture? It's called Texture Metallic, and it comes in, the pack includes 3 different colors. There's the gold, there's the bronze, I'm going to be using this for some fall colors, and then a really deep silver gray. It's really nice paper. But the other thing that makes the card is this wonderful embossing folder. And we're going to use it 2 ways on the card. We're going to take care of our card front. And while we're at it, we're going to take care of our envelope flap. So let's make a card. I'm going to move some other pieces out of the way. And as I'm doing that, I realize we have a punch and no paper to punch. I'm going to quick grab a scrap of the mossy metal. Sorry about that, guys. You think you have it all together and surprise, not so much. Okay, now we're ready to get back to it. Thank you. So the first thing we're going to do is talk about the embossing folder. It's called Holly Jolly. You're not going to find it in the catalog. It's an online exclusive, but you could connect with your favorite Stampin' Up demonstrator. They can help you find it. Put this in the search box of stampinup.com and then go to the website of your favorite, choose your favorite demonstrators, you place an order, you'll be all set. So I'm going to put this in here and I'm lining it up with that line at the bottom. When I get an embossing folder, I label it with the name so I can share it with you and the plate. So I know this uses plates 1 and 4. I'm going to grab our cut and emboss machine. Plate 1 we always use. It's the thick plate. Oh, that's a terrible view of the camera. Sorry. Then I'm going to put this down, and then I'm going to put plate 4, which is the gray. And when I send it through plate 1, this would fold first, and plate 4 is the gray one. Let's do that. And it's just going to roll through like this. And it should roll this smoothly for you. If not, stop, check your plates, make sure nothing's fighting you. And we went from that really pretty textured metallic paper to stunning. This is a card you could make a bunch of, even at the last minute if you're catching up on Christmas cards. Now, let's talk about how to do the envelope. I think embossing envelope flaps adds a lot of impact, and you can do 2 at a time. It saves you time. It's probably the quickest way to emboss. Let me grab 2 of our basic white envelopes. Stampin' Up has great quality envelopes, but like any envelope, this paper is going to be thinner than cardstock, DSP, or certainly the foil. And when you have a heavy-duty embossing folder like this, sometimes that can rip. So I found the easiest way is just do 2 at once, and then I'm ahead of the game. So I'm going to put it in here, and I am lining up that fold line with the bottom of my embossing folder. And then what I just told you about always fold first, it doesn't apply to envelopes. But you want to make sure the embossing folder is completely on the plate. It doesn't matter if the envelopes come off the edge. And then just like we did before, we're going to run that through. I think embossed envelopes is another reason this makes a great Christmas card. It's beautiful. It has impact, but it gets done pretty quick. And just because I'm behind on making my Christmas cards doesn't mean I don't want to send a beautiful Christmas card. Yeah, I bet you do too. Okay, we'll get these out of the way. Check that out. Isn't that gorgeous? And now I have 2 done. Okay, so that part's done. Then this beautiful ribbon is from the Painterly Pears Suite, but it's perfect for this. Now my rule of thumb is if I'm just knotting it not doing a bow, I'm going to do 3 times the width. So this is 5 1/4. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 1/4 would be 3/4. So rather than 15 3/4, let's go to 16. There we go. We're going to trim that up. And then I'm going to grab a glue dot and put it roughly where I want that knot to land. And I want the knot to be on this side of the card, because as you can see, we're going to add something on this side. So I'm just kind of eyeing it. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I can tell right now I don't have enough ribbon over there to finish that knot. So you kind of want to play with it before you put the glue dot down. There we go. Let's see if this is any better. Oh yeah, much better. Okay. So there we go. Glue dots. Our glue dots come on a roll, and I'm pulling it back until it's clear. You may not be able to see it, but there's a glue dot right there. And I'm just going to rip that off and press down where I want my knot to be. And my glue dot stuck. And now I'm just going to knot this. Now I'm going to turn it around. I don't know why. I just have better luck if I have it kind of turned upside down. And I'm pulling on it till it catches on that glue dot. Then I'm going to do it again. Just knot it over. And this is the kind of thing, if you were mass producing cards, one night you could emboss a bunch of these. One night you could cut or attach the ribbon. This is something that stamp the insides one night, you know, kind of do all the pieces and then do the assembly. Then I'm just going to trim it. I'm using my ribbon scissors, and a ribbon scissors just means I have something on it to remind me not to cut paper with it, because paper will dull your scissors. And then we'll trim that one. Now this is going on a mossy metal card base, standard card base. You can find the measurements on my Scrappin with Joni blog. And that's going to get attached to here. You could use multi-purpose glue. You could, you know, use whatever you want. I'm going to use Seal Plus tape runner. I love tape runner. And you often hear me say, don't use a tape runner when it's a heavily embossed surface. But there's so much flat space here that that's not going to matter. If it's all embossed, then sometimes the tape runner will just float on it. There we go. Now, this was one of our August virtual cards, and when you have a card kit, one of the rules of Stampin' Up! Is you can't stamp on it for customers. It's a copyright issue. So some of my customers have all kinds of stamps and some have less. That's why they come to card class, so they can use my stamps. Well, we did not do in-person card class this month, so I included in their card kits a set of these labels, and they are ephemera packs from Stampin' Up, and they're called Greetings for All Mix and Match Ephemera. And they got 2 sheets that have all kinds of greetings, and I grabbed the Merry Christmas. Now, my first thought was to do this, and that's okay, but I felt like it needed one more thing. So I grabbed Heartfelt Hexagon. Now, our punches, in order to have them be flat in the holder, they have this little button, and then when you push it open, they open up and you can use them. So I'm grabbing a scrap of mossy metal out of my scrap bag here. Oh, that's a random piece, isn't it? But we're just going to punch right here. There we go. And what I did was I just attached this flat to here. You could use any shape behind here, or you wouldn't need to do a shape. I just kind of liked that look. But isn't that pretty? I mean, there's not much more it needs. Like, I didn't add any bling to it. And then on the back, I did dimensionals, which are little pieces of foam that come off of the backing, sticky, and then you just peel off the other part, just like that. There we go. And that's going to go right there. And there's our card. Now, I included in their kit a white card insert. Many of my customers like to write a note. I'm more likely to stamp a sentiment, and I will do that. And that can go right there. And then we have this beautiful embossed envelope. Like, seriously, need a bunch of cards in a hurry? Consider this. And you could, if you got the textured metallic paper, I was thinking, I'm going to save my copper for some fall cards. I know what I want to do with that. But I think this card would be just as beautiful in this deep blue, and then pair it with another gray or blue, and that would also look Christmassy. So there we go. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it more than you know. If you liked what you saw, please share it with your crafty friends. And until next time, take care and keep crafting. It's good for you.